midday update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. Supreme Committee holds press conference in Oman. OCCI issues statement for Omani import companies. Dune London Ramadan Collection 2022. New round of Russia-Ukraine talks end in Istanbul. Trudeau warns of difficult time and food shortages due to COVID-19. Indian Prime Minister Modi hails Konkan Railways for completing 100% electrification. Brazil boss tight at peace after record-breaking qualifying campaign. Pakistan versus Australia, head helps visitors register 88-run win to take 1-0 lead. Those were the headlines. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the COVID-19 updates and the local stories for the day. Stay tuned.
The advancement of the Fourth Industrial Revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. Nebula AI helps the logistics industry to reduce shrinkage, improve forecasting, and automate warehouse logistics through smart warehousing, pallet and packaging detection and analysis, shelf stock reconciliation, route optimization for distributions, and last-mile delivery solutions. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Looking for that ease of living in this beautiful country? Watch our weekly show Tea Talk every Wednesday at 8 p.m. where we'll be discussing latest news, updates, and what's buzzing on the social media.
Welcome back now for the COVID-19 updates for the day. 0 new COVID-19 related deaths have been registered in the Sultanate. The total number of deaths remain at 4,250. Meanwhile, 50 new cases of coronavirus were registered, which brings the total number of positive COVID-19 cases in the country to 388,279. And now for the local stories. The Supreme Committee to deal with COVID-19 is holding a press conference today. The speakers at today's press conference are Dr. Ahmed Mohamed Al Saeedi, Minister of Health, Dr. Adil Said Al Wahibi, Director of Epidemiological Surveillance Department, Ministry of Health, and Badr Saif Al Rawahi, Director of Communicable Diseases, Ministry of Health. Dr. Ahmed Mohamed Al Saeedi, Minister of Health, began the conference by congratulating all medical staff on the occasion of Doctors' Day, which is observed on March 30th every year. He further said that 90% of recent deaths due to COVID-19 occurred in patients who had not been vaccinated. 96% of those admitted to ICU have never received a vaccine. He also highlighted that only 10% of citizens have taken the booster dose against COVID-19. He said that the booster dose is mandatory for those who have completed 6 months from the last dose in order to be able to travel to Europe. Meanwhile, Badr Saif Al Rawahi said that there are studies being conducted to give a 4th dose or booster dose to reduce complications arising from COVID-19. We have not yet reached a level of community immunity against the virus. The booster dose raises immunity from 75% to 80%. He also mentioned that 11 vaccines against COVID-19 are approved for use in the Sultanate of Oman. Al Saeedi also said that the latest decisions by the Supreme Committee related to the holy month of Ramadan are aimed at protecting the public health and not at creating obstacles. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry has issued a statement to Omani import companies. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry would like to warn the Omani companies of the need to be careful and attentive during commercial contracts with companies from outside the Sultanate with the aim of importing, OCCI said in a statement. The Chamber calls on the Omani import companies to do the following: the necessity of concluding a commercial contract or export contract and ratifying it from the approved authorities before any financial procedures, with the necessity of not transferring any amounts except after completing the authentication process. coordination with the chamber to ensure the membership of the company to be dealt with in the corresponding chamber, searching and investigating the company on e-business websites and knowing the ways and channels of communication with it. Dune London's Ramadan collection for 2022 is a beautifully curated capsule collection of timeless footwear and accessories designed for the holy month and beyond. Whether honoring traditions at home or gathering for celebratory iftars and suhoors with friends and family, no outfit is complete without the perfect pair of shoes. Lending itself to a truly joyous occasion to be celebrated in style, Dune London's captivating and exclusive Ramadan footwear and accessory collection exudes elegance and effortless everyday glamour. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the international news and sports stories. Stay tuned.
The advancement of the fourth industrial revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. Nebula AI helps the logistics industry to reduce shrinkage, improve forecasting, and automate warehouse logistics through smart warehousing, pallet and packaging detection and analysis, shelf stock reconciliation, route optimization for distributions, and last-mile delivery solutions. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Looking for that ease of living in this beautiful country? Watch our weekly show Tea Talk every Wednesday at 8 p.m. where we'll be discussing latest news, updates, and what's buzzing on the social media.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Coming up are the international stories. Russia and Ukraine have concluded their fresh round of face-to-face peace talks on Tuesday, which lasted for about 3 hours. Ukrainian negotiators named several countries who could act as guarantors, while Russian delegates said Moscow would scale down its military operations in Ukraine. David Arakmeya, Ukrainian delegate, said that Kyiv wants to see several countries, such as Canada, Poland, Israel and Turkey, as guarantors, which could provide international protection to Ukraine. If any other country wants to join, they can do so, he said, noting that the agreement with Russia will be signed together with the guarantor countries. Ukrainian presidential advisor and negotiator Mikhailo Podolyak told reporters that the results of Tuesday's meetings are sufficient for a meeting at the leaders' level. Meanwhile, Vladimir Medensky, head of the Russian delegation, said the talks in Istanbul were constructive and the presidents of the two countries may meet only when a draft of peace treaty is approved. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is warning of impending tough times, including food shortages, placing blame on the COVID-19 pandemic and Russia's special military operation in Ukraine. Earlier this month, Canada's State Statistics Agency announced that the country's economy fell well short of anticipated growth rates and not enough to overturn the coronavirus pandemic-induced contraction in 2020. Furthermore, the country remains gripped by an inflationary crisis, with the inflation rate rising to 5.7% in February, making the highest increase since August of 1991. The Prime Minister vowed to have people's back and said that Canadians would be there for one another, but stopped short of announcing any concrete measures to address the situation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday congratulated Konkan Railway for completing 100% electrification and termed the achievement a new benchmark of sustainable development. According to Konkan Railway, Indian Railways is on a mission mode to electrify its entire broad gauge network to provide environment-friendly, green and clean mode of transport to its people under the mission 100% electrification, moving towards net zero carbon emission plan. The foundation stone for the electrification of the entire 741-kilometer route work was laid in November 2015. The total cost of the project is 1,287 crore rupees. The CRS inspection of the entire Konkan Railway route has been successfully conducted in 6 phases starting from March 2020. CRS inspection of the last section between Ratnagiri and Tibam was carried out on March 24, 2022 and authorization was obtained on March 28. The train operations with electric traction will be implemented on the newly electrified KR route in a phased manner. Now for the sports stories. Brazil manager Tite said he felt at peace after his team met Bolivia 4-0 on Wednesday to remain undefeated in 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifying. The performance exceeded our expectations, Tite said. The fact we were able to maintain our level and win by that margin in the face of such adversity surpassed anything that we could have hoped for. Brazil now has 45 points from 17 matches in this qualifying campaign, a new South American record. The points tally could increase again in the coming weeks if Brazil's suspended home qualifier against Argentina is replayed as expected. Travis Head's century and 2-wicket haul helped visitors register a comprehensive 88-run victory at the Gaddafi Stadium to take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match ODI series. Chasing a massive 314-run target, Pakistan team needed a flying start like Australia, but they lost the wicket of opener Fakhar Zaman for 18 by Sean Abbott, caught by Travis Head for 18. Imam ul Haq and Babar Azam then struck a partnership to take the Pakistan team's total beyond the 50-run mark in 9.5 overs. The duo also went on to add 50 runs for the second wicket. Host Pakistan reached the triple-figure mark in the 21st over and skipper Babar Azam also went on to score his half-century. The 96-run stand was finally broken as debutant leg break bowler Michelle Swepson dismissed Pakistan captain for 57 from 72 balls. From there on, hosts kept on losing wickets at regular intervals as Saud Shakil, Mohammad Rizwan and Iftikhar Ahmed were dismissed cheaply. Put into bat, Australia got off to a flying start as captain Aaron Finch played second fiddle and Travis Head batted aggressively to take the team's total beyond the 50-run mark in 6.2 overs. Travis Head went on to score a brilliant century of just 70 balls. The 61-run partnership was broken as Head was dismissed by right-arm off-breaker bowler Iftikhar Ahmed caught the big fish. Ben McDermott and Manas Labuschagne took the visitors' total beyond the 200-run mark in 31 overs. McDermott managed to score his half-century of 63 balls. Just when it seemed that McDermott would run away with the game, the wicket-keeper batter was run out against a run-off play at 209 for 3. Pakistan made comeback from there, getting wickets of Labuschagne and Alex Carey in quick succession as Australia lost half of its side for 230. Marcus Stoinis and Cameron Green took the Aussie team total beyond the 250-run mark. The 47-run partnership between Stoinis and Green was broken by Harris Roff as he cleaned up Stoinis for 26 to leave Australia at 277 for 6. Roff got a second wicket when he dismissed Sean Abbott for 14 from 9 balls. Green helped the visitors reach the 300-run mark in 49.1 overs and went on to score a huge total of 313 in 50 overs. Cameron Green was unbeaten on 40 of just 30 balls, hitting 3 boundaries and 1 6. Those were all the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTP.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.